What's this class about you're going to now?
Right, well, this is Derrida, this deconstructionist guy, very difficult, deliberately on purpose, extremely difficult stuff that he wrote. I reckon
Charles's co-writer, Andrew, was the star of last year's review. He's one of only 4 students selected this year to do honours in Australian literature. But isn't Derrida like the joke of the university? And every time anyone talks about anything complicated or postmodern, they all talk about Derrida.
They do, yeah, because you can't understand him, and nobody can understand him. The academics can't understand. Like David and Don, who take our class, really admit they can't understand him because it's so hard. It's got to be good, you know. But because it's only good if you've done the reading and tried to think about it a bit in advance. Whereas today I haven't. I've done none of the reading. I was meant to read the second half of the book, and I just haven't had time to. So I'll fumble along on what I've read in the first half of the book, I think, and see if that impresses them.
In doing what he does, he's talking about a certain form of poetics, that's how it seems to me, but it doesn't embody it or enact it poetically. So a lot of the ideas, because they're sort of quasi-scientific and the methodology is so precise, I haven't been able to grab it.
I'd be profoundly disturbed if you were following it all the way through. I wonder what we've been doing because it would be unrepeatable.
Isn't it building up towards an undercutting of any sense of building up towards anything? So that's the way
each chapter seems to end with something else suddenly thrust in at the last minute.
Well, it's very open, isn't it?
There's a sense in which you don't really understand deconstruction until you've seen what the way Derrida and others as well, the way they work at an argument, the way they work at a subject or a text or a subject text.
Andrew's just 6 months from graduation, and he's got a 10,000-word thesis hanging over him. If all goes well, next year he'll go on to do a PhD. Meanwhile, he somehow finds time to write his own music.
I was sort of paralysed with fear a few days ago when I realised that I'll be 22 soon, and I will have achieved nothing particularly great, and so I think, oh God, what am I going to do in the meantime? But then again, here's my excuse again, that I'm spending this time studying so that I can learn stuff first.
Are you learning stuff?
Yeah, I think so. All literature, because that's what I love doing, and
What do you learn from literature?
Well, it seems to me, what you do mostly, I think there's ways that people are, and and that's what it's about for me. It's about what people are and what they do, and what they do to each other. I mean, I used to try and write funny stuff when I was about 11 and 12, and I've sort of been doing it on and off ever since. But what I really wanted to do is write serious stuff. But as for that,
Dr. Brown, take a seat. Oh, there are still seats in this office. Well, that'll have to change. So, you're interested in becoming Vice-Chancellor at the University of Sydney? Yes.
Now, your resume refers to time spent at the University of Parramatta.
I wasn't aware there was a university in Parramatta.
That's because I got rid of it.
Ah, excellent.
Oh,
And you perceive a similar future for the University of Sydney. What do you have in mind?
the first thing we do, we convert the Tin Sheds Art Gallery into a casino and get the punters in.
Excellent.
After we turn the Medicine Building into a quaint old-world-style brothel, we join up numbers 1 and 2 ovals and put a golf course on it for all those full fee-paying overseas students to play on. And for the main quadrangle, bulldoze it, build a film studio. Then we convert the Cumberland campus into Sydney's second airport.
Yes, truly despicable.
Yeah, also, now, I reckon all that paraphernalia down in the physics building, that could be better used as a nuclear reactor. This, in turn, would power a giant pornographic cinema screen beamed up against the side of that big black building, the one with the books in it.
The library.
Yeah. And as a final step, we convert St Andrew's College into a nightclub called Spanky.
I think that's already been done. Anyway, that wraps it up. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. I'm sorry, Dr. Brown.
Thank you.
Shall we go and shoot up some heroin?
Oh, I don't mind if I do. Roaringly funny. Roaringly funny.